So there are basically two ways that the money can work when you are a songwriter professionally. You can either be creating the music in the hopes that it will make money, or you can have a gig where you have a client that is going to pay you and you have to create the music to meet their standard and check off the boxes for them, and then you do get the check. Those are the two kinds of jobs there are. Now, I've done both kinds of work, and I personally don't emotionally survive in an environment where all of my work is the speculative work of let's just make the song and hope it makes money later. I need to know that I'm going to be getting some money for sure. So I thrive when I'm doing a little bit of both kind of work. The stuff where you have to write to the client specifications, that can be creatively a little bit less fulfilling, but there's something kind of badass knowing that you made the money, and so it can feel good in that way. And you can also find ways to still have fun in that arena, depending on what the gig is. I know that I did burn out on jingle writing after a while. I just felt like my soul was dying inside every time I had to write another jingle, but I wrote couple hundred jingles probably. But it was nice to be able to say, hey, I'm going to pick up a check. I'm going to write this jingle. And I would talk to the, people, the client, and I'd write the jingle for what they wanted. And the same with some songwriting clients that I have. I have to submit bids. I have to do all the administrative side of it. I have to subcontract the stuff that I don't do as well. And I have to keep track of all of that. So there's a lot of the grunt work involved. And then I'm creating for them. And quite often when you do it, that's considered a work for hire, which means that you're not going to make any royalties later. If you can work it out to get royalties, that's great. But a lot of times the money up front is instead of royalties. The work that you do that's speculative, where you create the song and then you hope to make money with it later, then you're either releasing it through the digital pipeline or you're hoping to get it in a film or TV, writing for sync. That stuff you can write 200 songs and only 4 of them will end up making money. So the payoff can be really big when you get it, but there's all these other songs that you created that may not be making you any money. You can still release them through Spotify and whatever, but everybody knows Spotify doesn't pay very well. So that's just kind of the two ways that the money can work when you're writing professionally. I hope that also helps you as you decide whether you want to pursue a career in music.